Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Replay, I should say, is heating up, and so is Spokane. 90 degrees today. Heat warning in effect for tomorrow. We're supposed to hit 97. Holy cow, I'm loving it. Sure, 90 outside. About a pleasant 76 in the apartment. I forgot to get my base running chart out. Hang on a second. Humidity in this room, just 25. Should be running the tea kettle, actually. That's a little too dry. Anyway, it's a Sunday. Hope your weekend is going well. There's Frank's pre-play in which the Pirates squeaked it out 6-5. Pirates blew it away in real life. Although the pitching matchup would appear to favor St. Louis, Hall of Famer Bob Gibson on the mound for the Cardinals. Don Cardwell will get the start for the Pirates. Hello, Franklin. Hello, Ben. And the Philadelphia Athletics won the 1871. Started off 0-3 in the 1872 with an expanded 60-game season and much change in the league. It's Franklin Long's historical replay in out-of-the-park baseball. I'm so unfamiliar with those years. I'm fascinated by this, of course. Let's see here. Where are we at? The pitching records. For Bob Gibson, so far he's 8-3 with a 3.02. He's completed 6 of his 12 starts, 98 and a third innings, which is among the league leaders. It's third in the league, I believe. Just 77 hits allowed with 88 strikeouts. For Cardwell, 3-4 with a high 5.54 ERA, 7 starts, 1 relief appearance, just 39 innings of work so far. Both good hitting teams, so I have no idea trying to predict how this game's going to go. Here is the line. Let me change this lighting. I don't like this today. I'm not sure I like any of it today. That might work. Okay. For St. Louis, Lou Brock leads it off in right field. Tim McCarver, the catcher, hits second. Kurt Flood is in center field. Orlando Cepeda hits cleanup at first base. Tito Francona is in left field. Phil Gagliano at third. Jerry Buchek at short, Julian Javier at second base, and Gibson, the pitcher, batting ninth. Yeah, for going back that far, right. How could you not, So to get this right again, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, Franklin. You're auto-playing some of the games and doing the important ones, or a handful of them manually, is that right? Okay, we're about ready to get started here. Cardwell's completed his warm-ups. He's ready to go. Home plate umpire Frank Sikori says play ball, and up to the plate steps Lou Brock, and we are underway. Lou Brock comes in at 280, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs. Cardwell into the windup now. That's going to be a 6-12 left-handed. It's a grounder to first base X. Tough chance for Clendenin. Clendenin at 226 at first. Ranging to his right on a 5. He makes a fine play, feeds Cardwell covering, and we are underway. 3-1-X. 1 down. Here's Tim McCarver. Gotcha, Franklin. Okay, that makes sense. So I basically have it. McCarver's batting .322 so far. 3 homers, 23 RBIs. Cardwell getting the sign. Pitch to McCarver on a 4-7 lefty. He bangs it into right field for a single. McCarver aboard, one of the few star stealers among catchers in the set. Let's check the battery. Cardwell with a horrendous hold, +9. The catcher, Pagliarone, is 0. Of course, the most it can be is 5. So McCarver at 20. He'll be held on at 18. And up to the plate steps Curt Flood, the center fielder. Flood at 279. 2 homers, 14 RBIs. McCarver rolling for the lead. Needs a 4 through 6. He's out on a 12. He's got the lead. 1-2. What did I say it was? 1-18. Here's the throw from Pagliarone. He's stolen it on an overthrow number. Let's check Pagliarone now. He is only a 1-2 overthrow. And there will be no overthrow. Stolen base for McCarver. How about that? Catcher showing off his wheels there. That's his 2nd steal of the season. And here comes the next pitch to Flood. On a 4-3 right-handed, it's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Lynch at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Curt Flood, and the Cardinals jump out to a 2-0 lead. 4-3 righty, 1-18. Flood has the power, rolls the 1, and for Curt Flood, his 3rd home run of the season, that makes the score 2-0. Okay. Cardwell ready to go to work against Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda with the Cardinals, 276, 1 homer, 8 RBIs. Let's take a moment and look at his overall numbers here. Started the year with the Giants, of course. He's hitting .253, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. Cardwell into the windup. On a 3-10 right-handed, called strike 3. Sikori rings him up, 2 down, and here's Francona. Yeah, I need to get back in shape. Francona hitting just 188, 6 for 32, 1 home run. The pitch from Cardwell is a 5-4 left-handed fly to center field X. Roberto Clemente in center today for Pittsburgh. 2E13, here's the play. On E13, he makes a nice play, and that will do it. 8X side retired. The Cardinals with 2 runs on 2 hits, nobody left. After a half, it's St. Louis 2, Pittsburgh coming to bat against the great Bob Gibson. Hello, Perry. Happy Sunday. Here's the lineup for Pittsburgh. Slightly different alignment for the Pirates today. Bob Bailey in the leadoff spot at 3rd base. Gene Alley at shortstop. Roberto Clemente in center field hitting third. Willie Stargell will play right field. Jerry Lynch is in left. Jim Pagliarone behind the plate. Don Clendenin at first base. Maz, of course, Bill Mazeroski at second base, bats 8th. Cardwell, the pitcher, 9th. Here's Bailey to lead it off, hitting .299, 5 homers, 20 RBIs. Bob Gibson gets the sign from McCarver. It's a 2-9 right-handed. Struck him out. 1 down, and here's the shortstop, Gene Alley. Gene Alley, the National League's leading hitter at .378. 1 home run, 22 RBIs. Gibson into the windup now. It's going to be a 6-8 right-hander. That's a high fly ball to left field. Going back is Francona. 1 through 9. It's off the wall for extra bases. Alley will hold up with a stand-up double. With Gene Alley with his 13th double of the season. And here is Roberto Clemente now. Clemente hitting .308. 8 home runs, 32 RBIs. Gibson checks the runner. The windup and the pitch is a 5-4 right-handed. That's a fly to left, shallow. On comes Francona. He just does catch up with it. That'll bring up Stargell. Runner at second, 2 down. Willie Stargell batting .288. 12 home runs, 36 RBIs. I believe that leads the team. Yes, he leads the team in home runs and RBIs. And welcome to David. Okay, here we go. Runner on second, 2 down. Gibson's pitch to Stargell. That's a 2-6 right-handed. 2-star single into right. It's a 2-1 ball game as Alley scores. RBI for Stargell. Here's Jerry Lynch getting a rare start, and you can see why. 5'16" with a +5 arm in left field. Lynch has appeared in 5 games, all as a pinch hitter. He's 1 for 4 with a walk. Gibson getting the sign from the stretch. Pitch to Jerry Lynch on a 1-7, single to 2, liner towards first. Cepeda makes the catch. That'll do it for Pittsburgh in the first. They get a run on 2 hits and leave 1. A busy first inning. Cardinals 2, Pirates 1. I've been using my free gym membership. I see we're talking getting in shape here, and the intentions are there, but I have not gone nearly as often as I should. And what makes it even more inexcusable is it's in walking distance from my apartment. Trying to do a little better. Oh, you're already a week ahead, huh, Frank? Yeah, exactly, Ben. Okay, second inning. Phil Gagliano will start it off for St. Louis. Gagliano just 9 for 44. It's a 205 average, no home runs. Cardwell gets the sign from Pagliarone. Here's the pitch. That's a 4-8 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Cardwell. And the batter will be Jerry Buchek, the leading hitter on the team at .328. 2 home runs, 24 RBIs. Cardwell's pitch is a .310 right-handed, and that's a rip to left center into the gap, triple to 9. trying to cut it off is Lynch. That's going to be, he does cut it off. It's Clemente to cut it off, and he'll hold him to a single. Ball hit right between Lynch and Clemente. Clemente got there first. Buchek thought about going to second, but thought wiser of it and slammed on the brakes. Once he saw Clemente get there, of course. The batter will be Julian Javier with one away. It's been a struggle for Julian. He's hitting just 182. He does have 5 home runs. Cardwell from the stretch. Hang on, first let's check Buchek. No, Buchek definitely no threat to steal. From the stretch, it's a 6'9" right-handed, and that ball is driven deep to left field. Going back is Lynch. At the track, at the wall, it's gone. How about that? Julian Javier. A 2-run shot to make it 4-1. That's his 6th home run of the season. So he hasn't been hitting for average. Javier been displaying some surprising power. 6'9", homer to 15. The roll was a 2, and it is 4-1 St. Louis. That's usually all that Gibson needs, but against this mighty Pittsburgh lineup, I'm not quite ready to throw in the towel just yet. The Pirates come in hitting .292 as a team. The batter will be Bob Gibson. He's a 3 with N power. Cardwell's pitch on a 5-11. Gibson with a line shot into left field. He's got a single. 3 straight hits now off of Cardwell. Top of the order, Lou Brock will be the batter. Here's Lou, 0 for 1. Cardwell, a glance at Gibson. Now comes to the plate. 4-7 lefty. Base hit into right field. They're going to send Gibson all the way to third. And he's in there. Runners at the corners, 1 down. Brock at first held at 18. McCarver at the plate, and Cardwell is in deep. Brock rolling for the lead. 2 through 7 to get an 18. 9, he does not get it. On the back number, 15, 20. He's a 16 on the back number. Pitch to McCarver, there goes Brock. 1 to 16, he's stolen it. You knew that was going to happen. Lou Brock with his 21st stolen base of the season. Pittsburgh will bring the infield in now. Here's the next pitch to McCarver. It's going to be a 5-7 left-handed. That's ripped into right field. 1 to 15. It's over Stargell's head for a double. Gibson scores. Brock scores. And the Cardinals have broken it open here in the second. 2-run double for McCarver. It is 6-1. Action already in the Pittsburgh pen. Let's see what they've got down there. If you had to go to somebody early, who would it be? Don Schwall, the righty throwing. Pagliarone out to the mound having a conference with Cardwell. Infield comes in. Cardwell says he's okay. He's given up 5 consecutive hits to St. Louis now. Tim McCarver standing at second with 1 down and Kurt Flood at the plate. Okay, Sicordi breaks up the mound meeting. Cardwell ready to go to work against Flood. Flood, of course, homered his first time up. Cardwell's pitch is a 5-5 ground ball to shortstop. Alley has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. 2 down, and the batter is Cepeda. Cardwell checks the runner. The pitch is a 1-11, and that ball is crushed to deep left field. 1-19. Lynch going back. It's gone. Home run Cepeda, and the floodgates are open. Cepeda's 4th home run of the season. 6 runs across the plate here in the 2nd inning, and the score is 8-1. And here comes Harry Walker. It's going to be an early shower for Don Cardwell. We may have to get some of the computer-only cards up here. Give me just a second. I'm checking Pittsburgh. I want to take a look at Bob Perkey, who's also available. We might need him today. He might actually be a better choice than. Now we're going to go to Schwal. Perkey begins to throw. So Cardwell knocked out after 1 2/3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 8 runs, no walks, and a strikeout. 2 strikeouts. It was not Cardwell's day. It looks like we've got a laugher here on a Sunday. Cardinals will bat around in the 2nd. Tito Francona comes to the plate. Let's take a look at Schwal's numbers. 4 starts, 6 relief appearances. He has 2 complete games as a starter, 3-0 with a 2.97 in 36 1/3 innings of work. So Schwal's done a good job so far, starting and relieving. He's ready to go now as Francona stands in from the left side. There's a pitch from Don Schwal as a 5-12 lefty, grounder to first base X. Another play for Clendenin. 2E26. Here's the play on a 6. Clendenin makes a fine grab. Throws to Schwal covering. And that will end the inning. 6 runs. Count them. 6 hits. 2 home runs. 3 in the game. All 2-run shots. Flood, Cepeda, and Javier. I think that should be enough for Gibson now, don't you? Jim Pagliarone will start off the 2nd. The right-handed hitting catcher comes in at 272, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs. Gibson into the windup. The pitch is a 3-7 right-hander. He flies it to center, playable for Flood, who drifts over and makes the grab. Flood covers a ton of ground out there in center. Here's Clendenin. Clendenin at 295, 11 home runs, 2nd on the team, 33 RBIs. And with 8 doubles and 4 triples, Clendenin among the league leaders in slugging percentage. Gibson's pitch on a 3-6 righty. That's a grounder to 2nd, single to 12, and it's fielded by Javier, who throws him out. Looked like it was headed for right field, but Javier made a nice play on it to retire Clendenin. 2 down, and here's Mazeroski. Bill hitting .312, 2 homers, 27 RBIs. The pitch from Bob Gibson is a 3-6 righty. It's a high fly ball to left field. Backing up is Francona on the track. 1-8. He makes the catch on the track. So a hard hit ball. Maybe got under it just a bit. And it's allowed out to left, and the side is retired. 2 innings in the books. It's 8-1. St. Louis behind Bob Gibson. Exactly. Well, break out the stories, I guess, huh? Still, for me, always enjoyable to watch the great ones pitch. Bob Gibson, definitely one of the great ones. In fact, you could go as far as to credit Bob Gibson with making me a baseball fan. 1968 World Series, of course, I'm referring to. All the regulars know the story already. But that's what really sucked me in. Gagliano, who struck out to lead off the second, will lead off the third. Schwal gets the sign. The pitch is a 1-4 righty. Foul ball back of the plate. Pagliarone has it. And there's one down. Here's Buchek now. Singled his first time up. The pitch from Schwal is the 2-9s. Called strike 3. Well, maybe the Pirates should have started Schwal. Here's Javier, who homered his last time up. Schwal's pitch on a 1-5. That's hit high and deep to center field. Backing up is Clemente. Triple to 7. Clemente makes a fine running catch. He had to go back a ways to get that one. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Don Schwal. So Schwal restores order, perhaps too little too late. What's Schwal's endurance? 3 innings. He's pitched 1 1/3. He's a 1 right-hander week. In an 8-1 game, they're going to try to get some mileage out of Schwal, so he'll hit. 2-6 struck him out. That'll bring up Bailey. Gibson's pitch, 4-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. That really isn't true, Frank. I didn't even know who Sutton was until after the '68 World Series. I might have heard it on the radio with my dad listening, but I paid very little attention to baseball until the 1968 World Series. And that was only because I was spending the weekend at a friend's house, and him and his dad were both for the Tigers, so automatically I was for the Cardinals, of course. Two down, here's Alley. Gibson trying to fan the side. Here's the pitch on a 5-5 righty. It's a high fly ball to left. Francona drifting back. Single on a 1. Francona makes the catch at the track. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates in the third. That would be something. He's one of my all-time favorite players. I wouldn't say he's my all-time favorite. He was my favorite when I was a teenager. Okay, they stuck with Schwall. He's retired all 4 batters he's faced. Bob Gibson will lead off the 4th. Gibson singled his first time up. The pitch from Schwall is a 4-8 righty, and Gibson's got himself another hit. Triple to 9, and Gibson with a triple. Holy smoke, Gibson's doing it all today. A leadoff triple from Bob Gibson. And he's saying, somebody call timeout so I can catch my breath. That's good, Ben. Hello, Colin, and hello to Julio as well. Glad to have you join me on a Sunday. Kind of a slow-paced Sunday. We just hit 91 outside. Oh my goodness. Infield in or back. Oh my goodness. What do you do in these? What do you guys do in these situations? I almost think it doesn't matter at this point. You know what? I'm going to roll for it. They'll be back. The pitch to Brock is a 5-7 left-handed grounder to second base X. That's the Gold Glover Mazeroski. I guess they should have played in, huh? 1E8. On a 4, Mazeroski makes a tremendous stop, throws him out, but a run will score. That's a web jam by Mazeroski. Gibson in to score to make it 9-1. 1 down, here's McCarver. McCarver 2 for 2. The pitch from Schwall. 6-5 lefty. McCarver lifts one to center. Clemente is there. 2 away. And here's Flood. Schwall's pitch to Flood is a 2-7 right-handed, right in the heart of his good column. He rolls one to short. Alley gloves it, throws it to Clendenin, and that'll do it. But the Cardinals add on a run on 1 hit. Nobody left. 9-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Let him play, says Franklin. Yep, Ben says just get the out. I need to kind of think more along the lines when I'm managing each team if I were playing competitively. Okay, if I was in the Pirates' position there, I'm definitely back. I'm pretty much already conceding the game. Heart of the order for Pittsburgh, Clemente to start it off. He's 0 for 1. Gibson into the windup. That's going to be a 5-5 righty. High fly ball to left. Homer on a 1. And the play is made by Francona. Francona's been busy out there. That's his 4th putout already. And here's Stargell. Bob Gibson's pitch is a 6-5 lefty. Grounder to short X. That's Buchek. Buchek's had his troubles in the field this season. 456. Here's the play on a 17. He's there. Strong throw in time. Nice play, Buchek. 2 down, and Jerry Lynch will be the hitter. Gibson's pitch on a 3-4. Little comebacker to Gibson. Takes a couple steps towards first and tosses it to Cepeda, and that's the inning. 3, 6, 9, 10 in a row retired by Gibson now. Through 4, it's all Cardinals, 9-1. Tom Seaver, yeah. I can't blame you there, Frank. Julio, Gibson, and Brock. So Julio, obviously a Cardinal fan. Yeah, we'll start cooling off. We've got 2 days. Monday and Tuesday are excessive heat mornings. Gets back into the 80s on Wednesday. I'm fine with anything under 100. At least here where it's dry. Now if you're in humidity, that's a whole different story. So Schwal's done a nice job after relieving Cardwell. He's gone 2 1/3 so far, so he's 1 out into his first endurance inning, and facing the heart of the St. Louis lineup here in the 5th inning. Cepeda 1 for 2 with a home run. The pitch from Schwal is a 5-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. Other than the triple by Gibson, Schwal has been magnificent. Here's Francona, 0 for 2. Schwal's pitch is a 1-3 right-handed grounder to first base. Cepeda will take it to the bag. I'm sorry, Cepeda. Clendenin will take it to the bag. 2 down. Phil Gagliano's 0 for 2. Schwal with a 3-8 righty lifts it to center field. Clemente is there, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Schwal. Schwal could come to bat here in the 5th. He's due to hit 4th. In that case, since he's given us 3 1/3, it would be time for a batter. And we're halfway through. I think that's time for a refill. And as you can tell, there's pretty much no level of heat that stops me from drinking hot coffee. I also liked, I admired Aaron very much. Cal Ripken. Oral Hershiser, definitely a favorite. Currently, obviously, Mookie. Okay, I've got my coffee. We go to the bottom of the 5th in a laugher. I'm not even going to say it, Colin. Here's Pagliarone to lead off the bottom of the fifth. Gibson gets the sign from McCarver. The pitch is a 2-3 righty. He goes the other way and lifts it deep to left field. Francona going back on the track makes the catch. Clendenon 0 for 1. The pitch from Gibson is going to be a 1-8 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. First walk issued by Gibson. That breaks the string. He retired 11 in a row prior to that. And here's Mazeroski. Gibson out of the stretch. The pitch to Maz on a 2-5 righty. That's a grounder to second. Javier to his left. His only play is to first, and on the play, Clendenon moves to second. And we will have a batter for Schwal. Excellent time to get Bob Perky into the game. Perky ramps up the warm-ups a little bit. Schwal goes 3 1/3, just 1 hit and a run. Didn't walk a batter. And he struck out a pair. Runner in scoring position and 2 down. Matty Alou will be the hitter. Yeah, why not? Let's get Alou in at bat. Pirates still have Manny Mota on the bench, among others. Alou batting .308 on the season. Gibson's pitch is a 6-8 left-handed. Grounder down to first. Cepeda has it. Tosses to Gibson covering. And that'll do it. Alou is retired, and so are the Pirates. No runs, no hits, a man left. Through 5, it is 9-1. On comes Bob Perky, computer-only card. Perky rated 4 for relief endurance on the season. He's been in 5 games, no record, a 3.68 ERA in just 7 1/3 innings. And it'll be the bottom third of the St. Louis order. Jerry Buchek 1 for 2 on the day. Perky gets the sign from Pagliarone. Here's the pitch on a 6-4 right-handed. It's a fly to center field X. Tough chance for Clemente. 2E13. Clemente ranging to his left. On a 10, it's the E range. The 8 on a 13. It's going to be a 2-base error on Clemente. Holy smokes. E8. Is that the first error of the game? It is. So Buchek ends up at second base on the error. And here's Javier. Javier 1 for 2 with a home run. Perky checks the runner. Now comes to the plate 3-9 righty. Grounder to short. It's Alley. He looks the runner back and throws him out. Up steps Bob Gibson. 2 for 2 on the day. Perky's pitch is a 4-8 right-handed, and Gibson has another single, a 2-star single that will drive in a run, and Bob Gibson is 3 for 3 as Buchek comes in to score. It is 10-1. Bob Gibson doing it all today. Granted, I wish the score was closer, but man, is Gibson putting on a show. Here's Brock. Perky's pitch to Brock is a 5-8 grounder to second base X. This should be 2. That's Mazeroski, a 1E8. Here's the play. On a 1, Mazeroski, a diving stop, flips from the glove to Alley for 1 to Clendenin, double play. Oh my God, that might be the play of the year. 4-6-3 double exclamation. I tell you what, fellas, if they had a replay back then, we'd have been looking at that one all season long. Cardinals get an unearned run on 1 hit, nobody left. With the score 10-1, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order for the Bucks. Gibson into the windup. The pitch to Bailey's a 3-7 righty. Grounder to short. Playable for Buchek. 1 down. Here's Alley now. Alley 1 for 2. Pirates don't have a hit since the first inning. A double by Alley, an RBI single by Stargell, and nothing since. Gibson's pitch to Alley is a 3-8 righty. It's hit high and deep to left field. Going back is Francona at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Gene Alley. How about that? 3-8 to 9. He rolls the 3. And for Alley, just his second home run of the season. 10-2 the score now, and here's Roberto. He's flown to left both times today. Gibson with the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-4 right-handed catcher's card. That's McCarver. McCarver a 3E3. On a 16, it's a pop out to the catcher. Two down, and here's Willie Stargell. Classic matchup, Gibson versus Stargell. The windup, the pitch. It's a 3-10 right-handed. Hard smash to first. Cepeda gloves it. He'll take it to the bag. Pirates get a run on the Gene Alley home run. After 6, it's 10-2. Well, thank you, Frank. Second inning for Bob Perky. Top of the 7th. Here's McCarver, 2 for 3 on the day. 2 runs, 2 RBIs, even a stolen base. Perky's pitch to McCarver, tongue-tied. 4-8 lefty, grounder to second. It's Javier to throw him out. Wait, no. It's Mazeroski to throw him out. Seems like he just made that play. That's why I'm confused. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, God, yes. Is Alley overachieving? Is there fruit on trees? My goodness, he's leading the league in hitting. Came into the game at 378. He's 2 for 3 today. Here's Flood, 1 for 3. Perky's pitch is a 2-6 righty. That's banged into left for a base hit, double on a 1. That'll be a single for Flood. Perky almost as bad a hold as what's his name? Can't think of it now. Cardwell, +5. So Flood at 20. He'll have to be held. 18. Leading by 8, St. Louis will not try for it. Cepeda will hit away. Perky out of the stretch on a 3-12. He loses in ball 4. Flood ends up at second base anyway. And here's Francona. Perky gets the sign, the windup, the pitch on a 6-11 left-hander. It's a fly ball to right field X. That's going to be Stargell. Usually it's Clemente. Today it's Stargell, 3E16. Here's the play. On a 10 E-range. A 4 on a 16. You can see this one coming a mile away. Yep, it's a 2-base error on Stargell, and another run crosses the plate. Cepeda stops at third. Flood scores. Second Pittsburgh error. It's now 11-1. Perky pitching to Gagliano now. That's going to be a 3-5 righty. Grounded to shortstop. That's going to get a run in. Cepeda scores. I got to add it up now again. 12-2. And here's Buchek. 3-8 righty, grounder to short, alley, to Clendenin. Side retired, 2 more for St. Louis. On 1 hit, there was an error. That makes both of those runs unearned, charged to Perky as well. Small consolation. Gibson at this point can pretty much just fire him right down the middle, can't he? As we stretch, it is 12-2. Let's check in on the cat. No surprises. He's by the window. Hey, Mookie. 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 Are you out, buddy? Out like a light? Meow. Meow. He says, I don't know what you're thinking. It's frickin' hot. Well, then why are you on that hot blanket? That's what I'm thinking. Get down on the floor. Yep, Mookie and I have to evacuate on Wednesday for the second flea treatment. That's what I kind of think, Frank, but it's really not hot in here. Yeah, but that's the side. I know what you mean. That's not where you want to be. You do not want to be in the bedroom. That's where the sun's hitting. Okay, bottom of the 7th. Here's Lynch. Gibson gets the sign. The pitch to Jerry Lynch is a 6-3 lefty, and he goes the other way with it and drops that in front of Francona for a base hit. Just the 4th Pittsburgh hit today. Lynch, slower than molasses at first, and here's Pagliarone. Gibson working from the stretch. It's a 3-6 right-handed grounder down to third. Gagliano to Javier for 1 to Cepeda, not in time. That'll be a force. And Don Clendenin will come to the plate. Clendenin 0 for 1 with a walk. Gibson working from the stretch. That's a 6-8 right-handed. He pops him up left side. Gagliano again. And here's Maz, 0 for 2. Gibson into the windup now. Comes in with a 1-3 righty. Hard smash to first. Cepeda runs to the bag and gets there before Mazeroski. That'll do it. No runs a hit, 1 left. So Gibson, as anticipated, just throwing strikes now. Last inning for Perky. He's worked 2. Javier, Gibson, and Brock due up here in the 8th. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me here on a Sunday. I have a league series to play at 4 o'clock. Might have enough time to jet up to the store after this one and get back in time for my, who is it, 4 or 3? 3 or 4 game set. I still need to do a stream with my keeper league someday. I don't know if it'd be interesting or not, but what the hell, I could try it. Okay, here's Javier. 1 for 3 with a home run. Perky into the windup. That's a 5-7 right-handed grounder to second. Mazeroski to Clendenin. 1 down. And here comes Gibson, who's 3 for 3. Perky's pitch is a 6-6 righty. Grounder down to third. Bailey fields it and throws him out. They finally figured out how to get Bob Gibson out. 2 down, and here's Brock. Perky's pitch is a 5-7 fly ball to center. Clemente is right there in his tracks, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Perky. Well, you can't fault the Pittsburgh bullpen today, that's for sure. Perky worked 3. Gave up just 2 hits. He gave up 3 runs, but none of them earned. Walked 1, did not strike out a batter. Now I'm looking at usage to see who's going to pitch the 9th. Won't be Face, won't be Mickelson. The legendary Tommy Sisk warming up. And we'll have a pinch hitter for Perky. That will be none other than Manny Mota. Mota hitting .331 this year, 4 homers, 17 RBIs. Gibson into the windup. That's going to be a 4-6 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Only thing Gibson's not doing today is striking out a bunch. That's just his 4th strikeout. And here's Bailey. Gibson comes right after him with a 6-8 right-handed, pops him up left side. Gagliano takes it, 2 down. And here's Gene Alley swinging a hot bat. Gibson with the pitch. 4-12, fly to center field. Flood is there. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Gibson. 8 innings in the books. Very one-sided game today. Good question, Frank. I do not know. Maybe someone can answer that. Okay, here's Sisk. Sisk 4-2 with a 1.38 ERA. 5 starts, 7 relief appearances, 46 innings of work. Sisk, remember, was leading the league in ERA and still would be, but he doesn't have enough innings to qualify. He'll be facing McCarver, Flood, and Cepeda. And here we go for the 9th inning. Sisk into the windup. 5-6 left-handed. McCarver belts it into right center. Double to 13. He's in there with a double. Second double for McCarver, his 3rd hit of the game. And the batter will be Curt Flood. Flood 2 for 4 with a home run. Sisk with the pitch. It's a 6-6, and he loses in ball 4. As if the Cardinals need any more runs. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Here comes Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda's homered and walked today, struck out twice. Sisk into the windup. That's going to be a 4-6 right-handed grounder down to 3rd. Bailey down to Maz for the force, and that's all they'll get. To 3rd goes McCarver. One away, here's Francona. Tito 0 for 4. Sisk's pitch on a 4-8 lefty swung on and missed, strike 3. And the other hitless Cardinal coming to the plate now. Gagliano 0 for 4. Sisk with the delivery on a 1-5 RBI single into right. Cepeda could advance. He rounds and holds at 2nd. McCarver scores easily. And that makes it 13-2. And here's Buchek. Sisk pitch to Buchek on a 3-5. That's grounder to 2nd, single to 11. Fine play by Mazeroski to end the inning. Cardinals get another run on 2 hits and leave a pair. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's all over but the crying. Gibson, should I even say it, in his first endurance inning, leading 13-2. I'm not sure I'd even pull him out if he fatigued at this point. Exactly, Ben. I couldn't have said it better. Still, we got 14 diehards still in the chat, it says here. I'll tell you, fellas, I do appreciate it. This was over early. Heart of the order, Clemente, Stargell, and Lynch. Gibson trying to finish it off now as he goes into the windup. The pitch to Roberto on a 2-6. Base hit up the middle. Leadoff single for Clemente. And here's Willie Stargell. Gibson checks the runner. eschews the stretch, full windup, and the pitch to Stargell on a 3-2. He lifts it to right field, playable for Brock. He's there, and there's one down. Here's Lynch now. He has one hit today, 1 for 3. Gibson's pitch on a 2-4 righty. He walks him, and suddenly Gibson one hitter walk from fatiguing. Here's the catcher, Pagliarone. He's 0 for 3. The pitch from Gibson is a 6-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. That could be 2. That's also Buchek. A 4.56. Here's the play on a 4. He's not going to get it. It's a 2-star single. A run will score, and Gibson is fatigued. Buchek unable to come up with it. Red Shane danced out to the mound now. Gibson says, I don't care. I can finish this game pitching underhand at this point. Runners at the corners, one down for Clendenin. The pitch is a 5-11 fly ball to right field X, and that's Brock. That's scary too. Brock a 3E20. Here's the play on a 3. He's not going to get it. That's a 2-star single. Another run will score. RBI single for Clendenin. Lynch crosses the plate. To third, Pagliarone. Thirteen to 4 now. Let's see who they can waste. And Ray Washburn starts to toss in the St. Louis pen. Gibson working on fumes here in the 9th, pitching to Mazeroski. Gibson's pitch on a 2-5, grounder to second base. That'll get a run in, but that's the second out. 4-3C, Pagliarone scores. Give Maz an RBI on the play. Clendenin takes second. Pitcher's spot due up, and we'll have a pinch hitter. 13 to 5 is the score. And the hitter will be Jose Pagan. Washburn just about ready down there. Gibson pitching to Pagan, trying to get the complete game. And here's the pitch on a 4-10 right-handed fly ball to center field X. That should do it. In fact, that will do it. The roll, 1 is there. On a 4, Curt Flood with a tremendous diving play to take an extra base hit away from Pagan, and that's the game. So it ends on a web gem. 8X exclamation. 3 runs for the Pirates on 3 hits. 13 to 5 is the final. So a fatigued Gibson goes the distance. For Bob, that's his 7th complete game of the season. He goes to 9-3 on the season. 2, 3, 4. Just 4 hits allowed going into the 9th. He ended up allowing 7. All the runs were earned. Although the runs in the 9th, pretty much because of the X chart. Gibson walked 2. uncharacteristically struck out just 4. So Gibson, on a day when he didn't have his best stuff, still brings it home with a complete game. Sisk in his inning, 2 hits and a run. A walk and a strikeout. Cardwell, of course, takes the loss. He's 3 and 5. So that would make the totals. Cardinals, 13 runs, 13 hits, no errors. The Pirates, 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Well, thank you, Colin. I don't know. It was kind of a laugher today. Kind of a whole Sunday laugher in general in many ways. I won't devolve into that, but I do want to thank everybody for watching. Player of the game has to be Gibson, doesn't it? Not only had the complete game, he had 3 hits, a triple, scored twice, and drove in a run. If it had been at all close, his offensive performance would have broken the tie. Let's see what we got on tap for tomorrow. Tomorrow we move on to June 8th on the schedule, by the way. We're going to start it out with a doubleheader. Washington at Baltimore. In the first game, it'll be Pete Rickard versus Jim Palmer. Rickard, of course, eventually would become an Oriole. So kind of an interesting matchup there. And with that, I'm going to find myself some lunch. Hope you guys enjoyed the lopsided game. Join me tomorrow, 1:30, 4:30. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a great evening, everybody. Thanks again.